This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
I'll take you all on. Explosive rain!
Your wings won't save you from me. Where are you going?
Flying
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alphen.
It's time for eat dirt.
Swallow you wall! Razor cycle!
Now you see what I can do.
Healing cycle! Far enough!
I'm ready. Turn the tables
Thanks
of
for
more
the healing. Keep calm and take them
Here
down.
I go. Dragon Swarm!
Illuminate the dark!
Try this!
Holy glimmer!
Explosive
Holy
rain!
land!
We did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that was included.
No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually this flustered.
Try this! I'm ready! We did it!
Reinforcements?
A chain between heaven and
Here,
earth.
let me help.
Away!
let loose.
Lightning!
Try this!
Lightning! I can do this all day!
Explosive ring!
Resonate with the earth.
In here!
Dragon Swarm!
Healing circle! Our expert, take it!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Now I can let loose. Shut him down.
Here!
More?
Here! Maybe this one!
Will this help?
It's on!
Armor won't save you.
Healing star! I owe you, Xion.
Healing is what my arts do best. All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
In a bind.
By the power of
I'm ready.
Spirits without a trace! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Resonate with the
Coming!
earth. Stalagmite.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy
Awaken
trigger!
and wreak havoc.
Holy land!
A chain between heaven and earth.
More?
Here,
A wailing dancing lightning!
On your knees.
Sleep now, where are you going?
I'll be saving this one.
Lunar
Dragon
corruption!
Swarm! I've been hit with something.
So even a master hit that with limit.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Dance in the wind!
You of your power.
Air thrust! A chain between heaven and
Dragon
earth.
Swarm!
A wailing dancing lightning!
Need to pull myself together.
Nothing that's by me!
Sleep now!
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial spear! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Explosive ring!
Freeze Lander!
Dragon Swarm! Try this! Explosive ring!
A chain between heaven and bring you down! Astral energy!
Say no more. Got it!
Well done! One more! Mega ray! Air annihilate Constantine!
Mine!
Hear me! Flame of fury! A whirling circle!
Massive
Glacial
attack.
spear! Pierce
No
evil!
further! You picked
Freeze
the wrong
laser!
fight!
Dance in the wind!
Blow them away.
Radiant flight!
On your knees.
Thunderblade!
Dragon Swarm!
Illuminate the dark! Eat dark! Glacial spear! Pierce
I
evil!
carve through armor.
A chain between heaven and earth.
That'll bring you down!
A wailing dancing lightning!
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilate!
Try this!
Into the shadows!
Explosive ring!
So I still had room to grow. My word. This must be the work of Providence.
Prova what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Let's see what we've
Fire
got.
to passion, quick Here's the evil!
Try this!
Freeze laser!
Explosive ring!
Fall into
Dragon form!
Calamity.
I'll take you all off!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Winds of heaven!
An astral art?
That's my shield! Pierce the
Shut him down!
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep, and we can do this!
Impressive fervor, little one.
Healing circle!
Shattering
No further.
Attack time!
This one's mine!
I'll smash you!
I'm ready! Frozen!
Hammer!
I'm going to need to
Resonate
all
with
the
the
power
earth.
of my healing
Stalagmite.
winds of heaven! First force!
Spirits within the soil.
This one's
Awaken
mine!
and wreak havoc.
One more! Here's
Burn in hell!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Masterful
Change
dash.
between heaven and earth! Don't mind if I do! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Well then, let's keep moving.
The Zoogles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here. We'll burn it all to the ground.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah, it's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants. How it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all 6. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrecht 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's Great Spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.
a bad feeling about this.
Dragon Form! Try this! Dragon Form! Dragon Dragon Form!
This debt shall not be forgotten.
Radiant light! Force of regenerate!
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be more careful.
This one's mine. In here.
In a bind?
This'll come in handy. Glacial Spear. Pierce evil.
Rhapsody of Darkness! Dragon Form!
Between heaven and earth.
Try this!
Unleash
the
all the
ring!
power of my healing arts to accomplish in here.
I couldn't make... Get in time.
Elusive deity!
Hold on to your art. Here I come. Lunar blast. Here comes a banana. Let's go. Magic now. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to become a whirling struggle.
Shattering the
Sleep now.
It's time!
More for the side. Lightning orb. A banana. Let's
Take
go.
this!
By the power of the
Not today!
Armor won't save you! A chain between here!
All yours, Kisara!
Well, looky here!
Dispose of the trash.
Dragon Form! Okay, here I go! Explosive ring!
I'll shoot them out of the sky! I never miss! The flashing part's their weak point! Photon show you what my art can do!
Dragon Form! Negative gate! Dragon Form!
Black and blue! Between heaven and earth! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Explosive ring!
Burning strike! Art expert!
Wide open!
Glacial
won't
spear!
escape
Pierce
me.
evil!
You require a
The flames reload!
In a bind?
Sleep now! More for the stockpile!
Breath of life! Heal my
No!
Can't them here!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
I can carve through armor!
Annihilation!
This should do it!
By the power the waters of magic without a trace!
Now I can let loose!
Wind astral energy! I can handle it! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glitter! A chain between heaven and earth! One more!
Rending you a bloody hole! Resonate with the earth!
I couldn't make it in time.
Let's get you out there, Rena! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Blah, blah, blah. Resuscitate!
The earth throbs in pain.
It's
Oh,
go
violent
time!
darting
By the
wind.
no further!
Now, without a trace. Here goes!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Victory! Burning?
Eat dirt!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Dragon Form!
Can't be
Try this!
Will this celestial hammer?
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Wherever we go on this planet, there are machines littered everywhere.
It's impressive to look at as a bystander, but I sure wouldn't want to live here with all of this around.
I know what you mean. There are no fish here. I couldn't cook any of my delicious dinners for you all if we lived here.
Clearly the worst point against it.
Radiant! Concentration! Careful! Camouflage! I heal you all! Illuminate the dark! Healing river!
I owe you one.
A chain between corruption!
I owe you
Shattering the rock! Lightning! Divine savior! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Try this! Explosive
That'll bring you down! Happy squirrel!
Take this!
Will this
I
help?
can carve through water!
Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
I owe you one.
Big blood! Ripping you apart! Bloody howling!
Here I come! Here, let me help! Not in the dream! First aid! Shining supernova!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop. Nothing gets by me.
Lightning!
On your
Swirl!
Try this!
Celestial!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Filled with life!
Here's a healing art! First aid!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that! Lunar corruption! Lunar corruption!
Take this! Try this!
Annihilation orb! Raging cascade! Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
To achieve such harmony,
Takes a singular will.
retreat if you know what's good for you.
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar Horizon! By the power of water! Where are you going? Falling up!
In a bind?
It'll body slam us
Hold
again
nothing
next week!
back!
Concentrate!
I can carve through armor! Can you take it?
Lunar blast! Hold on to your art!
Dragon
Here I
Swarm!
come!
You!
Lightning orb!
Spirits within the soil. Can't relate to this. Forgive me. My
Here's a healing art!
Nothing gets by me!
First
I
aid!
owe you one.
masterful
Denied!
Hit! There! More with that
Shields from
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Here's evil!
Try this!
Feel! Freeze I'm going to use the Dragon Swarm! Show me what my art
Can't move!
Rise and shine! Whoa! Hey! What is this? Illuminate the dark! No complaint! Nothing!
I owe you one.
Searing tempest! Holy land! A chain between heaven and earth! The wise warrior knows when to call it quits!
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! You! This one's mine! Requires complete focus! Far enough! Searing flame!
Eat
No
this!
time!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Holy glimmer! Gemini aqua! Holy land! A chain between heaven and earth! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Pierce the evil! Here I come! Freeze Lancer!
Dragon Form!
Bloody! I'll heal you all! Don't leave me!
I'm in your debt.
I'll bring you back from death.
Okay.
Resuscitation! No more playing nice! Glacial spear!
Dragon Swarm!
Astral energy!
I'm ready!
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep, and we can do this!
Impressive fervor, little one.
Try this!
I can handle it! Sleep now! I'll be
Can't end here!
My astral energy! Alright, it's showtime!
I can carve
Warm!
View this
Between heaven and earth! A wailing unreal of lightning! Back
Not
into the
done yet.
field! Get on in there with you! Annihilation! By the power of flame! Raging storm! Here goes!
Awaken and wreak havoc.
Let's cut our losses. Lost!
Me the strength to
Dragon
march
Form!
on. A wall to shield from calamity. Barrier.
I owe you one.
Aqua! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Where are you going?
Take this.
Not in your dreams! I'm going to need to use all the power of my... Here's a healing art! Take this! Heal force!
Reflect on that.
Dance in the wind!
Flame inside me!
A whirling struggle! Radiant wind of heaven! Burst forth! Let me show you what my art can do! Rise and shine! Cyclone!
I can carve through armor.
Revolution!
I'll blind you with the
Dragon Form!
captivity.
Try this!
Holy land!
Explosive ring!
Between heaven and earth! By the power of lightning! Divine savior!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
In a bind.
A chain between
Oh,
heaven and
nothing
earth!
back!
A whirling fancy of lightning!
Soaring
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing
I think I'm coming down with something grave.
A chronic inability to read the room.
A malady your
If it's
art
in the
cannot
sky,
fix.
it's mine!
Anything in
Where
armor
are you
is all
going?
mine.
Tempest world! Ready to go! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Fierce evil!
Denied!
Burn in hell!
You'll be mine!
The enemy wields
Don't
art
mind if I
too.
do! You'll soon see about that!
Dragon
Freeze
Form!
now! Fierce evil! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I don't think I'm going to be able to do any more healing for now.
So those thorns of Shion's,
They're really a part of Rena's great spirit?
Most likely, but only a small fragment of it in the big picture. I don't sense a will of its own emanating from them.
If it's that insignificant, is there that much point getting rid of it?
Is it just me, or is anyone else peckish?
yourself. This one's tough.
I can't hold on much longer.
Another Another incantation ruined.
Dragon
Don't
Form!
get in my way!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let him marksman handle it!
All yours!
Tornado drive!
Whirling, you got company!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Anything normal is all charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
I'll grind you into dust. Armor won't save you.
Far enough!
Ready!
Rhapsody.
Don't mind if I do! I'm ready!
On your
This one's mine! Thunder Field!
Resonate with the earth.
Ready
Our arts are being interrupted.
Chain between heaven... A wailing banshee of lightning! Gravitas field! Now, more power outside! Finish without
It's time.
Photon blast!
How about this?
Banana, let's go! Let's go! Arcane waterfall!
Nothing gets by me.
Gemini Aqua! Air thrust! Mega ray! Annihilate!
Nothing seems to faze you, Kisara.
Must be years of strict training.
I wonder if I could ever be like that.
You're feistier than you look.
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic. But
Far
fair.
enough!
This one's mine.
Going in.
Take that!
Tiger Blade!
Can't get out of this.
It's a
I can carve through armor.
Going in. The toughest to swallow too. Magna ray.
I'm on it. How about this?
Air thrust. A whirling
Warrior
trouble.
Howl!
Winds of heaven.
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Cyclone.
Superhero
Lunar
Day!
corruption. Mega ray.
Super Swallow Day!
Field.
Time to shine!
Raging
Blast
Cascade.
Assault! Flaming Meteor!
Whirling trouble.
Igneous! It looks like we made
Winds
him
of
mad!
heaven. Searing flame.
Prepare to be sealed.
Vanish without a trace.
Now I'm in trouble.
Sometimes the best medicine is the toughest explosion. Hear me. Raging Cascade. Burning strike.
Glacial Steel!
Far
enough!
In here. This one's mine.
Hurricane
Flight.
Look sharp!
Take this.
Light
Beast of
after
Salt.
light. Hold on to your art. Here it comes. Don't mind if I do.
Armor won't save you.
Go. You're sealed. Let's get a shot.
The picture of health.
Igneous!
Holy land. A chain between heaven and earth. I'm only getting started. A wailing banshee of lightning.
Water!
Magna ray. Don't get in my way.
Talon Hurricane.
Lightning orb. Purge malevolence. Arcane waterfall. Lightning. Freeze land. Dance in the wind. Air thrust. I'm only getting started.
I'm just getting started.
Winds of heaven. First hit.
Talon Hurricane.
All good things. A chain between heaven and earth. Do it. A whirling banshee of lightning. This one's got your name on it.
Action to action.
Sighted. I'm only getting started.
Take this.
Rage annihilation. By the blood the marksman handled this. Take the lightning condemned. Thunderblast. I never miss. Illuminate the dark. Thunder field.
What's this?
Come back to the fray. Annihilation. Sleep now. Take care. Reload. Poodle.
Oh, you are gonna pay for that!
Gemini Aqua.
Talon Hurricane.
Vanish without a
I'll
trace.
smash you. Talon Hurricane.
Hear me. Flame of fury.
Not my
Burning
finest.
strike.
throbs in pain.
In a bind?
Here! No more playing nice! Feast of winds of hurricane!
Look sharp!
Hurricane roll!
Feast of salt!
Cyclone! Dance in the wind! Hold on to your heart!
Hurricane strike!
Pierce evil! Confiscated!
Going in!
Freeze Lancer! Primed and ready! Supernova!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! I never miss!
Thunder shield! Dance in the wind!
Far enough!
Air thrust! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning!
Anything in order is all mine! Give me I'll smash you! Inferno crossing!
I may have bit off more than I could chew.
No further!
Raging
How about
cascade!
this?
Sleep now!
Now! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Hey, new equipment!